the BRI affairs for their focus on this very critical issue.